Hello and welcome to today's Start Strong workout. We're going to be doing a full body workout and it's going to be a little bit different to what we've done so far because we're actually adding in some combination movements. For example, we'll be doing a lunge and then adding in a lateral raise at the same time. Now that we're feeling a lot stronger at this point in the program, you're going to be needing a couple of pairs of dumbbells, lighter and heavier. And in the caption, I will add in a reference that will be helpful for you. If you want to meet me in the middle of the mat, let's get into our warm-up. We're going to get started with reaches. So you're just going to bend your leg, reach over. You can use your thigh as support if that helps. Good. Almost exaggerate this movement. Let your body flow. It doesn't have to look a certain way. We're just priming ourselves for the next less than 30 minutes of you time, of movement. Good, we're gonna go into side-to-side lunges. So you bring your hip back, your knee goes in the direction of your toes. Good. So how this movement begins is by your hips coming back rather than your knees bending forward. Of course, your knees will naturally bend forward, but we begin it by our hips traveling backwards. There we go. You're gonna have your hands out in front and we're gonna reach our hands down as our shins stay in position. Good. So you'll feel a nice stretch in your hamstrings. I'm adding in a little pulse just to really solidify that stretch. Good. Now you're gonna add in a squat. So you'll be in this position. You can bring your feet in closer if it's more comfortable. You lower your hips and then you press through your heels up. Good. So you hinge your hips back, you squat down, press up. Good. Warming up our hip joints, our knee joints. All right, you're gonna do some kickbacks. So just kick back. When you feel ready, you're gonna add your hands clapping out in front. So your hands come in, like that. Good. To finish off, we're gonna elevate our heart rate just slightly by going into some jump ropes or imaginary jump ropes. So you've got your jump rope by your side. You're gonna hop, go at your speed, shake it out. If you don't want to do high impact today, you simply tap your feet side to side. There we go. Last few seconds, and we're getting started with today. Anytime I do a jumping movement like this, I really remember I'm like, I gotta work on my pelvic floor no matter my age. So let's get started with today's session. We have got cast hip thrusts first. So you're gonna grab an elevated surface, preferably one that's quite soft, and let's set up for the movement together. So where your bra ends or where your shoulder blades end is where you're gonna rest yourself up against your elevated surface. So press your hips up so that you're just in kind of a natural position. Here's where we're gonna correct a couple of things. Make sure that instead of your pelvis rotating out like this, you're gonna grab it and whoop, tuck it in so that you can actually see your crotch area. Then you're gonna make sure that your ankles are under your knees. If they're a little bit too far out, you're gonna notice that it targets your hamstrings a little bit too much. Let's do the first one body weight. Okay, so we're in this position. Just follow along with me. We're gonna drop our hips into a regular hip thrust. We're gonna come up top. Then we're gonna do a mini hip thrust. So you just lower your hips slightly, press back up. Cool? This is what's called a cast hip thrust. So here's a full one. I drop my hips slightly and up. Good. Press up. Drop your hips slightly. Back up. Good. So what we're doing is that we're increasing the time under tension for our glutes, especially in the part of the movement that mainly engages our glutes, which is this little press. Okay, rest here. Grab your weight. If you want to, you can grab both weights. I'm gonna start with this one for now. Just rest them comfortably on your hips. Okay, let's get started. Before the timer starts, in position, let's go. Good. In terms of your gaze, I recommend that you neutrally look forward, so almost tuck your chin in like it's holding a golf ball between your neck and your chin. Some people might feel like that's a bit too much tension on their neck, so you can leave it looking up a little bit more. What's important is that you don't fully rest your neck back, because that just creates too much of a curvature between your neck and your spine. Good. Oh, relax. Sorry guys, I did not give you that. I just kept going, I was chatting away. We're gonna do the third and final round here. And I'm feeling pretty good, so I'm gonna add another weight. Are we ready? Let's go. Good, so you do a full hip thrust, then a little dip, press up, good. Little thrust, press up, beautiful. Keep it going. The whole time, imagine you've got like a coin between your butt cheeks and you cannot let it fall. Okay? You cannot let that coin fall. If you do, you lose whatever imaginary game we're playing. Okay, press up, beautiful. Rest. We're gonna move on here. We are doing, here's our first combination move, a goblet squat and press. So we know a press, we know a goblet squat. Now we're adding both of them together. We use the momentum in our lower body. So if you got your dumbbells here, you're gonna use the momentum in your lower body to press the dumbbells up and overhead, okay? Let's practice that together before the timer starts. I'm grabbing my heavier weights, okay? Which is what I recommend. So, you're gonna have your feet a little further than hip width apart, your toes pointing just slightly outwards, not too much, but a little. You're gonna start this movement with your hips coming back, and then you bend at your knees. Your knees strongly stay in line with your toes. You use the momentum in your legs pressing up to press your dumbbells up and overhead. Are we ready? Let's get into position in 2 and 1. Use the momentum up and overhead. Good. Then you reset. You can do a sharp breath out if it helps you. Reset and breathe in. Good. Well done. Keep it up. Final few seconds here. Press through your heels, use the momentum in your legs, up and overhead. Well done, relax. Good, you have a little bit of rest time here. So it is currently golden hour. I can see there's a little bit of flare, but hopefully it doesn't bother you too much. Are we ready? Grab our dumbbells. Let's go for it here. So we bring our hips back, bend at the knees, press through your heels, use the momentum. Good. So all we need to think about for our knees is that they stay in line with our toes. That basically just means in the direction of our toes. So they don't cave in or come out. But it's actually totally okay. If they do go a bit past your toes, that's fine. That might just be that that's the way that your body is built. It's actually a bit of a fitness myth that your knee should never go past your toes. Maybe your limb lengths, that's what they allow. Drop. Okay, we're going to the third and final round of that one. That one really elevates your heart rate because you're using so many muscle groups at once, and it's a bit of an explosive move here too. Grab your dumbbells. Let's go. Good. Press your heels up. Well done. At the top, keep your core strong. Imagine I'm gonna come around, give you a little love punch in the tummy, okay? You would want to make sure that you've got that strong core. A few more seconds here. Last breath. Good, relax. Okay, we're moving on here. For this next movement, we're gonna be focusing on upper body now, okay? So we're gonna do a bit of shoulder and a bit of chest, and we're doing what's called lift-off push-ups. They're a new variation of push-ups that we haven't yet done. So meet me on the mat. Let's set up for this movement. This is how it looks. We're gonna lower ourselves as slowly as we can, okay? Then you'll feel that your body weight just naturally drops onto the mat. You're going to lift your hands off the mat, and then with as much force or explosiveness as you can, push yourself up onto your push-up position. Sound good? Make sure that your hands are under your shoulders. So right now I can see that my hands are a little bit too in front of my shoulders, so I'm just gonna bring my knees in a little bit, okay? So you lower yourself, drop your body weight all the way onto the mat, lift your hands off, press up. Good. Throughout, you've got tension in your core like you're wearing a corset. Are we ready? Let's go. Round one. Lift your hands up. Press off. Good. Well done. We lower ourselves. You're going to feel that your body weight drops naturally onto the mat. Make sure you're tucking your elbows in. So if you had water bottles right here, you would be dropping them over every time your elbows come back. Good job. There we go. Relax. Good. We have 2 more rounds of that to practice. So this one you might have just kind of been getting used to the movement. For this next one, really imagine like that the ground, all you have to do is press it away from you. Let's go. Round 2. Keep your hips high. Press off the mat. You might find that you're doing like a bit of a worm, and that's fine. Okay? For now, we're just practicing maintaining the tension in our shoulders and in our chest. If you feel like you're doing this worm here and it's hurting your lower back, okay, relax here. If you feel like it's hurting your lower back a little, what you're gonna do is make sure that you're starting the movement, okay? So you lower yourself up a bit and then bring up your hips, okay? If it means that you need to not fully do a push-up right now, that's okay. Are we ready? Last round. So I'm lowering myself. Press yourself off the mat. Good. Okay, be encouraged by what you can do. This is a tough movement, and we're just getting those practice reps in. And press off. Good. There we go. Tuck your elbows in if you can. Press Focus off. Good. Last rep here. Okay, good, relax. All right, so that one, I want you to see that round as having been practice of increasing the load that we place on our arms and our shoulders when we're practicing push-ups. Okay, so if you did the worm, you were like, I feel like I'm really on the dance floor here, that's okay. Okay, we're gonna practice this many more times. So let's move on. We're doing a superset and we're adding in the combination move I talked about earlier. You're gonna grab your lighter weights for now. If you feel comfortable, you can increase to your heavier weights for the second round. We are doing a stationary lunge with a bent lateral raise. Cool? Let's start with our right foot forward, left foot back. Your feet are on either edges of an imaginary rectangle on the ground. You start with your arms bent like this. We're gonna start with our left knee bending down, our right knee follows. On the way up, you're gonna elevate your elbows to shoulder height. Sound good? Okay, let's get in position. We're gonna get started. Press through your forward heel, elevate your elbows to shoulder height, back down. Good. Well done. There we go. So your backwards leg bends forward first, your forward leg follows. With your elbows, you can almost imagine that someone's got little hooks on your elbows and they're pulling them up as you're coming up. Good. So that's gonna help you focus on your elbows leading the movement rather than your wrists. Well done. Okay, we're gonna go on to the opposite side. Ready? Let's go. Opposite leg. Well done. Focus on, where am I feeling? Where's the tension in my body right now? Whew. For me, it's in a lot of places. We're embracing the slight discomfort. Whew. Breathe through it. Good. When you get to a point of discomfort, that means you are accomplishing the growth of your comfort zone. Whew. And that's what we want. Drop it here. 30 seconds of rest. We're gonna do that one more time. So one more time on our right leg, one more time on our left leg. Good. Whew. Almost fell over there. Okay. Grab a bit of water. One more round of that. If you felt like you could grab your heavier weights, now's your chance. I'm feeling pretty good with these, so I'm gonna stay here. All right, right foot forward, left foot back on either edge of our rectangle. Let's go. Remember, the transition is pretty quick between our two legs. So just be prepared for it here. Good. At the top, try to avoid an arch in your back. Rather, you keep your hip back here. You keep your hip tucked back. Good. Okay, we're transitioning soon. Are you ready? Last rep. Let's go. Right foot back and up. Beautiful. Try to avoid, or I invite you to maintain the tension in your shoulders throughout. So it can be tempting to here at the bottom, basically just relax your shoulders. Try to keep them like 3/4 down. There we go. 3/4 down. Well done. Almost there. Woo! Last rep. Press, relax. Wow. That was a good one. That was intense. We have got our final superset here. Okay. So, grab a bit of So we're gonna set up for our core superset. You're gonna have your forearms on the mat behind you, okay? Before we even begin this movement, breathe out. So take a deep breath out. You're gonna feel your diaphragm empty out. Do you see how the top sheet of your core sinks into your spine, okay? That's kind of the tension you wanna maintain. For move number 1, we're gonna have our legs up. You keep the tension in your lower core and your upper core. We're gonna tap 1 foot down, pull it in. Tap 1 foot down, pull it in. For move number 2, you will drop your feet to create a triangle. And we're gonna go into butterfly sit-ups. We basically pulse up, back down, and pulse up. Let's go for it. Move number 1, we tap, pull in, tap, pull in, good. If you're feeling like you could actually use a little bit more of a challenge, what you could do is extend your legs. Okay? If you feel like this is good, and just maintain it here. Throughout, we're holding the tension in our core. There we go. Keep it up. We're transitioning here, so drop. You create a triangle with your legs. We're gonna pulse. Let's go. So we press up, back down. Good. If you start to feel tension in your neck, just interlace your hands behind. Well done. You're gonna breathe out as you crunch up. Breathe in as you reset. Breathe out. Breathe in as you reset. Beautiful job. Keep it going. Remember, it is your upper back that is peeling off the mat. We're not pulling at our neck. Last rep. And relax. Good. We have one more round of this. So, for the final two strength moves, we're gonna focus all our intention in each one of those sets. Okay, so if our mind starts to wander, try to practice like this as being kind of an act of meditation. Bring it back to where we are now. Let's set up. Are we ready? Let's go. Tap one knee in, one knee out. There we go, good job. Woo! So sometimes when we are targeting more of our transverse, or we're targeting more of our deeper core muscles like we are now, because our legs are being used in this movement, we're not gonna feel so much of that upper ab burn, that accumulation of a burn, but we're still equally working our core. It's just a deeper layer of muscles. Good, drop your feet, transitioning here. Let's go. This is called a butterfly sit-up. And here, we are really targeting just the superficial upper sheet of our abs. There's no movement anywhere apart from this slight crunching movement. Good, there we go. We're almost there. Final strength move. Stay with me. Give me one more rep. Beautiful job. Okay, guess what? We've reached the finisher time. So, my favorite part of our workouts, our finishers. We're gonna do an ascending high knee into jumping jack. So, what you're doing is that you are alternating between high knees like this and a jumping jack. What I mean by ascending is that we're gonna be counting the numbers up. So we're gonna start with 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You get the drill. I'll do it with you. If you do not want to do high impact, simply take them out and go at your pace. You're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Cool? Just try to speed it up so that we elevate that heart rate. Are we ready? Let's go. 1, 1, good. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So if you're doing low impact, you will notice that the low impact just takes a little bit longer to do, and that's okay. I already lost count. I'm gonna go for 5. 5, 1. Good. There we go. We stay on our tippy toes. If you stay on your tippy toes, you'll start to notice that we're targeting our calf muscles. Woo! Good. Here's where our inner athlete comes out, where we're practicing our endurance, our cardio health, which is also equally as important as our muscular health. Take it at your pace. Make this finisher your own. As you can tell, I've completely lost count, so I'm kind of making it up now. But I'm making the most of what I can. I think that was 9. 1. Good, we're almost there. Woo! Keep it going. And there we go. You're gonna relax. Good. Or if you're like my mom in the corner doing this workout, she was just dancing for this portion. She was going like this the whole time. Remember, make these workouts your own as well. They're for you. I'm just here as your guide. Let's go into our cool down. Good, you're gonna meet me on one side of the mat. You're gonna drop your left foot back. Make sure it's a big distance between your feet. Drop your knee, and then you're gonna stretch out the forward leg. Good. Bring your knee forward. And then bring your body back again. So you're gonna feel a nice stretch in your hamstring when you're doing this movement. And then when you bring it forward, you'll feel a stretch in your hip flexor. That's this part of your body. Good. We're gonna do one more on this side, and then we're gonna swap sides. Well done. So, remember today, our pre-workout affirmation, I am consistent with my self-care. Swap feet here. So now I'm dropping my right foot back. Then I'm gonna drop my knee. Walk my hands back so that I feel a really nice stretch in my left hamstring. That's the back of my leg. Walk your hands forward. Good. Bring your knee forward if you can. You'll feel a stretch in your hand, in your hip flexor. Let's do a couple more of those. Well done. So today we have added in some combination moves. Up until now, if you've been following the Start Strong program chronologically, you'll notice that we have just isolated on single muscle groups. So for example, just a shoulder press or a squat. What we did today is that we added a squat and a shoulder press together. Now that we feel more confident with the individual movements, we can do both at once. Good. Bring your knee in. You're gonna have your feet or your knees on the outside of your mat, and then drop your hips back. Claw your elbows into the mat in front of you, and then just drop your forehead to the mat. Let yourself fall into this movement here. Good. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Remember, I am consistent with my self-care, however that might look for me. Okay, place your hands on the mat. We're gonna slowly roll our spine up. There we go. Bring your knees together. And I wanna thank you for joining me for today's session. I will see you at our next one. Very well done.